I just go to a bar and then down on the other end here and then I honestly don't really know. But it's a bloody sight better than they are.
about 2 weeks.
2 weeks?
Yes.
I don't believe it.
The first rally that we've brought it to.
What was it, a birthday present or something?
Well, we decided to treat ourselves.
Yes.
It's barrel 3739 Pride of the West.
Really?
Which is now a 3-speed machine. It's got all new gears, boilers all been done, new set of rubbers. Pretty well everything that can be done has been done.
Gosh, it's fantastic. Where do you keep it?
We've got a large shed that a friend of ours has.
Yes.
And he lives in there together with our Marshall traction engine.
Yeah?
Which, still in bits at the moment, but should be out in the next few weeks.
Gosh. May I ask how much a thing like this might cost?
Let's just say well over 100,000.
Oh my word, yeah. Has it been your ambition to have one of these?
It has, yes.
Has it?
When it came up, it was an opportunity that we couldn't really turn down.
Yes.
They very rarely come up in such good condition.
Are there lots of other people wanting it?
Yeah, probably would have been, yes.
Yeah.
But fortunately I got in there first.
Oh, well, I hope you'll get a lot of fun out of it. Anyway, it's a credit to you. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, just a moment. Now, could you tell me something about your car? First of all, the make.
It's a Ford Maltese, one Henry Ford.
My word.
Made in England.
Yeah.
English built Manchester. In 1918 it was built.
Really? And have you had it long?
I've had it about 10.5 years.
Really? Yes. This isn't the one that Mr. Ford said as long as it's black you can have it in any colour you like?
Words to that effect.
Really? Yeah. Do you do all your own maintenance on it?
I usually have help. I'm not mechanically minded, but I'm learning.
Oh, well, you're doing fine. Do you drive it very often?
Frequently, yeah.
Yeah?
Most weekends I like to turn the engine over and give it a little run.
Have you owned other cars since, since before this one?
One of these, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah.
Gosh.
So
Where do you
2 years old, a brass radiator one.
Where do you get the spare parts from?
There's a dealer in Berkshire and you get all the parts.
Really?
And if he hasn't got them, you can get them from America.
Good grief, yeah.
I didn't know that when I bought the car, but if you want to get an old one, then all the parts are available, tyres, body panels.
Yeah. I assume this comes in the area that you don't have to pay road tax, do you?
We do not, no.
Marvellous, yeah. I wish we were all like that. Yeah.
One concession, yeah.
Is it very...
I found its original history now. It took me about 9 years to find that.
Really? Is it?
It's got the original logbook, so I knew the owner's name.
Yes.
And it started life on a farm in Worcestershire.
Really? How many owners has it had in its time? How many owners has it had?
I think it was 5. It's got some huge gaps in the ownership, as if it was
really?
Barn or whatever, but it was a couple of owners in the 20s, 2 in the 50s, and then it was restored in the 60s.
Gosh. And do you use it on a regular basis, or do you just use it on special occasions like this?
I use it frequently. I pop up B&Q's, get a bag of cement if I need it, yeah.
Gosh, I'd be afraid of scratching it. Marvellous tool.
I think they should be used. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not just looked at.
Yeah. Is it very reliable?
It is currently, yeah.
Yes, yeah.
I had lots of teething troubles. It runs on trembler coils and they tend to play around a bit at times. but it is running well now.
Oh, lovely. Can you ever remember any embarrassing breakdowns at all?
Frequently.
Yes.
The first show I took it to was Sellings.
Yes.
The first year I had it. And drove it into the arena, drove it around the arena, and it wouldn't come out, it wouldn't start.
Oh,
That turned out to be lack of petrol in there.
gosh. You never have to call the AA out, do you?
I've done that a few times, yeah. I now trailer it to shows.
Yeah.
Well, not this one, this is only 10 miles away, so I've driven here.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Had a few electrical problems and get towed home.
Oh, well, it's a credit to you anyway, so, you know, I bet there's a lot of your friends up here are very envious of you with this.
Since I've had these, I've had loads of friends.
Have you?
Yeah, like in the village where I live, people used to walk by, and now this is around, they stop and talk.
How do your neighbours are affected by it?
No, they're not.
No.
No, it doesn't affect other people. No. It's
No.
a little bit noisy when it starts.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they probably would like one, actually. You've probably got the best car in the street.
Well, it certainly made me a lot of friends. It's lovely to drive. It's totally different to drive to a normal vehicle.
Yeah.
You sit higher, and transfer springs, you roll when you go around bends.
Oh, well done. Anyway.
It's quite an experience.
Oh, well, thank you very much for talking to me. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Right. Right.
Another nice feature that takes people by surprise.
Gosh, I bet that makes them move, doesn't it?
Well, it gets people out the way.
Does it? Yeah. Oh, thank you. Is this the original engine, by the way?
It is indeed, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the absolute original one that was with the car.
Cast on the top of the engine block is the date that it was manufactured, including the day.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That was the 24th of May 1918.
That again. Tell me again about that, will you?
Yeah, sure. The engine block has got the date of manufacture cast in it. It's American, so the engine's made in America and sent over to Britain.
Yes.
You've got 24th day, 4th month rather, April, 24th, 18, which is when it was manufactured.
Oh, word.
So it is the original one.
Yeah.
There's stuff over there, look. Oh, yeah. Forward of the
Yes. Right, so actually that should work out about right. Have you got a dash or you dead on, have you?
Well, we think we finished the afternoon at 1 o'clock, so...
Okay, now you are a collector of all this memorabilia,
Yes.
are you? Yeah.
Ambulances and fire engines and things like that.
Yes.
Buttons and uniforms and badges and anything that was before 1965 when it all amalgamated to become the GLC and things went down the tubes ever since.
Really? Are you an ex-fireman yourself?
No, I'm an ambulance man.
Ambulance.
I started in the ambulance service in 1960 and I still do ambulance duties now in the 1900s
God.
plus.
Have you picked up anything interesting while you've been here?
No.
No.
Everything that's done here is done by the Red Cross.
Yeah. No.
I could do it, but I'm still qualified.
Yeah.
But they say now, well, they do a little as possible in case they get sued.
Yeah. Have you managed to find any memorabilia down here at all?
Yes, I came down here and I've managed to get a Kent County button.
Really?
Which is to made up the collection. I needed that one and Middlesex. Middlesex buttons I'm having difficulty finding.
Really?
Because they went out in 1965.
Yeah. Do you mount them in frames
Yes,
and
I
that sort of
mount
thing?
them on a display board.
Yeah.
We haven't got it here today because you can only carry so much to the events. And
Yeah.
You just change the things at the events you have.
Yeah. Where do you find these bits? You know, where do you get them?
Memorabilia shows, vintage vehicles, junk shops, charity shops. You just anywhere. You don't know. You just go
Really?
around, talk to people.
Yeah.
Somebody might say, "I've got one in the cupboard." You don't know what you're going to find.
And is that your sole hobby?
Yes, I mean old things of the LCC in that era, really.
Yeah.
But when I consider things were a lot better now then than they are now, because it's just not things
Yeah.
have gotten worse
Really?
and old things tend to last longer than new things
Yeah.
because you look at the old cars that are here today and what have they got? Lots of old cars that are still running 50, 60, 70 years on.
Yeah.
Will the new cars be running 60 and
Yeah.
70 years on?
Yeah.
No.
This is your ambulance as well, is it?
Yes.
Yes. Do you drive that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Medway Festival of Steam and
St
Transport.
John's, Chelmsford.
As I said earlier, we had a very active
Started life in
afternoon for you.
1988.
With the main
Ran for
afternoon
county
activities kicking
for a
off
number
at
of years
2
until
o'clock.
just recently
In
when
about
they said
10
they were
minutes
going to
time,
scrap
2
it.
o'clock,
And I said,
we'll see
don't
the
scrap
start
it.
of a whole raft of afternoon
I'll let it off them.
activities.
Really?
Because the scrap man wanted to charge them £65
Quite a
to
few
tow
things
it away
happening
when it was all
afternoon
right.
itself.
And do you keep that at your home? Do you keep this ambulance at your home?
The advantage really, I can park on the yellow line and don't get a parking ticket.
Really?
Because it's kitted as such, and equipped, and we go around doing, I do some birthday duties. Wherever it takes me
Oh, well, thank you very much for talking for me. It's been most interesting. I do appreciate that. Thank you.
Okay. Don't throw the old things away. Somebody might want them for the collectibles. Going out, then they went on to plastic, and then they went from plastic to paper.
Really?
The price went up appreciably.
Yeah.
Well done. Right, that was a little march called Gold Press, and we're going to continue the programme with some music by Ivan Goldin, and it's No Business Like a Show.
They're not the original horses that used to be here.
No, they're not.
Do you remember the one that used to be here?
Yes.
Do you know what happened to them
I think one of
eventually?
them's dead.
Must be now, many
Yeah,
years
so
ago.
many years
wasn't
ago
it?
they was here.
The chap that used to look after them, he was
Got
there for
killed,
years.
didn't he?
Did he really?
Yes, he did. They got killed on the Lower Renham Road
My word,
on his
awful.
bike.
Oh dear. Oh. They were Chatham Dockyard, those horses.
That's right.
Are you domiciled here, or do you stay here?
No.
I see.
We've got our own business. We do weddings and funerals.
You
and that sort of
really?
thing, yeah, and
Gosh,
showing.
oh, that's interesting.
So
Yeah.
we're just here for a couple of days.
Oh, beautiful. Whereabouts? Have you got a centre or something? You know,
No, we
visit?
just
or
no,
anything?
we just got our own
You
stables.
just do
Yeah.
this. Yeah. Oh, well done. Lovely to see.
Okay,
Well
thank
done.
you.
Oh, that's all right. No, I'll talk to you. What? How long have you been? Are you a breeder?
I'm not, no.
No. How long
we
have you
just
been?
work them.
Yes. How long have you been interested in Newfoundland dogs?
I've been interested in Newfoundlands for about 6 years.
Yes. Are these the ones that have the brandy round their neck?
No, that's St Bernard's.
Oh, is it? Oh, I see. Yes. They're beautiful animals. How old are these?
She's 5. Gina is 7. Cola is 10 and a half. 10, yeah.
Do you actually own them yourself?
I do. I don't own any of these 3. They're Jill's.
Yeah.
But I won one of the ones pulling the carts.
Ah. And do you breed them?
No, I didn't.
No, you don't. You do. You rent. Sorry, you rent them out, do you? Did the lady say?
No,
Oh, sorry.
them
Yeah. Oh, they're beautiful animals, though. How long have you been doing it?
That's 5, 6 years.
And do you do it as a permanent thing? I mean, is that your job?
No, it's a hobby.
Oh,
Just
very
meet
good.
up at weekends and work them.
Oh well, they're a credit to you anyway. Well done. You're not a good. You weren't at Crufts last week, were you?
I was there, but I didn't win, unfortunately. No.
Oh, did you? I mean, did you show your animals?
I didn't, but I prepared a couple.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're beautiful animals. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for talking to me anyway.
welcome.
Do appreciate it. Thank you. Right, well, can you tell me how long you've owned this beautiful car?
It's a 1928 Austin 7 Chummy,
Yes.
and I've owned it since my 70th birthday. My wife gave it to me for a present, so I've had it for 12 years.
Yes. And
Lovingly restored, a great respect. That's the car, not the wife.
yeah. What model is this?
It's a Chummy,
Yeah.
Austin 7. The Chummy was, I think, because of the familiarity which developed between the driver and the passenger when you're changing gear.
Really? Yeah. And do you use it on a regular basis or only for exhibition?
No, I keep it taxed and running all year.
Yes.
But I don't like taking it out in salty weather or bad conditions.
No.
But it certainly is never off the road willingly.
Yeah. Do you have much trouble getting spares for them nowadays?
Certain items are very difficult to get.
Yes.
We have a little trouble with the carburetor on this car because it's worn out. It may sound odd, but they do wear out.
Yeah. And are they expensive to run?
They're not expensive
these days?
They're not expensive to run because there's no tax.
Yeah.
They're very economical on fuel, probably 40 or 50 to the gallon.
Yeah.
And the insurance is fairly low because most of we vintage car drivers are fairly careful drivers, and of course they're very low mileage in a year.
Yes. Is it pretty reliable?
Oh yes, when you've got a good mechanic with you like this man here.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Do you do any of your own
I used to
maintenance?
do it all, but at my age it's difficult to bend and straighten up again.
Yeah.
So I have to rely on the suppleness of younger people.
Yeah. Is this the original engine in this?
As far as I know, yes.
Yeah.
It's all original.
Yeah.
The brakes, the foot brake works the rear wheels, and the front wheels are operated by the handbrake.
Yeah.
So they're not easy to stop, and you've got to know how to drive them.
Yeah. Are the brakes not all that good then on them?
They're not brilliant.
No.
But they are adjustable, and they pass the test all right.
Yes. Yeah. Was that a design factor, do you think?
It was a design. After 1928, they were coupled. So when you press the foot brake, they all work together.
Yes. Are they hydraulic?
Oh no.
No. No.
The wire.
Cable.
Yes.
Yes. And
Cable.
And presumably they stretch, do they?
They do, and you can buy some little devices which tighten them up.
Oh right. Yes.
Like a little claw with a thread.
Yes. Oh, lovely. And is this the first time this year you've had it out in an exhibition?
It's the first run of the season as far as we're concerned.
Oh, right.
My introduction to these cars was in 1940
Yes.
when I was an apprentice, engineering apprentice in the Midlands.
Oh yes.
My father bought me one to get to work and paid £4.10 for it.
Really?
And when I went off to the Far East in the army 3 years later, I got £3.10 for it.
Really?
But now they're worth £6,000.
Good Lord. Yes, amazing, isn't it?
In this order?
Yes, indeed. I'll bet. Yes. I expect, like me, you can remember them the first time round, can't you?
Absolutely.
Yes. I can remember a relative of mine had one for years, didn't he? And he used to go everywhere in it. Used to break down quite regularly, but...
Well, touching wood, if you keep them maintained, don't try and skimp on them, they'll go on forever, really.
Yeah. Anyway, thank you so much for talking to me, and it's very interesting. Thank you again.
Good, thank you very much.
Well, this is a beautiful vehicle here that you've got. Do you own it? Or?
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Well, what model is it, by the way?
It's a 1936 Austin 7. They called it the Open Road Tour.
Really?
It was just the saloon, the Ruby Saloon, with the roof cut off.
I see.
They made about one for about every 300 saloons.
Yes. How long have you actually owned this particular model?
About between 5 and 7 years.
Really? And are you an Austin 7 enthusiast or out and out, or do you have other cars?
No. This is my only mechanical hobby.
Yeah, really?
Yes.
Yes. And what sort of condition was it in when you first got it?
The chassis and engine weren't in bad condition, but the body was off, in wax only.
Yes.
As it had been for about 35 years. So it needed a few patching, spraying.
Really?
The engine, as I say, ran fine a word ago. It's not the same one I've got it now. But I had to do completely all the upholstery, the hood, the carpeting and the side seats had to be remade.
Really? Did you do all the work yourself?
No, unfortunately I have a young son-in-law. He's very handy, first of all with the MIG welder, the patching under the body, bottom of the body, and he's very good with spray.
I see.
So he did the spray.
Is this vehicle in regular service? I mean,
yes.
do you take it out?
Yes, from about February, once a month February, once in March, from then onwards till October, 2 to 3 times a month I'm out on a run.
Really? Yes.
And that's not counting the big runs. We always go away once a year, our club, for a long weekend, this year up to Birmingham. And when there is one, I do the sort of John O'Groats Land's End runs, that sort of thing.
Do you really? And is it reliable?
Yes. But it has let me down on a couple of occasions.
I was going to say, what's your most embarrassing breakdown?
Oh, well, I have won the Loose Nuts Award, which is the club awards, for big end bolts coming undone.
Oh, my word.
I won't go into the long story. But we thought that modern nylon lock nuts would do instead of split pin.
Oh, my goodness.
They will, as long as they don't get too hot.
Yes.
Melt the nylon.
Is that fatal to an engine when that happens?
Yes. Well, for that one, I had to just replace the bearing shells because this model is just slate enough to have bearings. Shell bearings.
Yes. Are you still able to get spares for them?
Plenty of spares.
Really? Yes. Are these sort of manufactured or are they sort of from old engines?
Some are still manufactured. They tend to be done in batches. There's about half a dozen professional Austin 7 stockers.
Yes.
And when I think they all get together and say it's about time we had some of these made. But there's also an enormous amount of second-hand spares going about.
Really? Are they expensive?
No. We're a very parsimonious lot. We object to paying big money.
Yeah. What about things like tyres? Are those terribly expensive?
Difficult for this size. The earlier cars were easy because they take motorcycle tyres, 19-inch wheels.
Yes.
These are 17, and the only tyres, the ones I have on in fact, are Taiwanese, which, to be perfectly frank, are cheap and nasty.
Yeah. Do you still have to put it through an MOT?
Oh yes.
Do you really?
Yes, every year.
Yes. And that, and she usually passes without much failure, does she?
Never had any problems there.
Oh, well done. Yeah. It's a beautiful vehicle. Anyway, so thank you so much for talking to me. I do appreciate it. Right.
have a water pump.
That's
Didn't
just
need it for 4 cylinders.
Yeah, it's a funny little air cleaner as well.
Yeah, that's right. They don't call it an air cleaner, it's a silencer. It's an air silencer.
Oh, right.
Dad?
Well, I just know.
Put the hood down now.
Right, thank you. Yes, that's fine. Yes, carry on.
Quite elaborate. But it's like a saloon car when it's up, you see, with all glass windows. And,
Yes.
So it's very weatherproof.
Yes.
You were interested in the...
How do you have any problems getting such things repaired or replaced?
You do it yourself.
You know,
If
you
don't
do
it
really?
If you don't do it yourself, you don't
Yeah.
have cars like
Do
this.
you and do
It's
you
too
do
expensive.
your own upholstery and you know
I
that
do,
sort of
yes,
thing?
but I haven't done this. Well, I have
Really?
done some of this.
I mean,
but
what would you do if
it's
you
all falling
needed?
apart.
What would you do if you needed a new hood?
A new hood. I've not yet made a hood, but with the two cars I'm restoring at the moment, both need hoods. So
Really?
I've
Oh,
got the
this
right
is-
side of type of sewing
Yeah.
machine, so I'm going to have a go before I pay
Yeah.
anyone to do it.
Can you get the materials still?
Oh,
you
no
know,
problem.
suitable?
Material's easy, yeah. Yes.
Do you use modern materials on them nowadays? Do you use
Well,
modern
there's a double
materials?
duck or Wickham. There are like 2 layers of canvas with a
Yes.
a waterproof membrane in the
Yeah.
middle. That's what you use. That's
Yeah.
what this is. That's how it looks when you buy
Yes.
it. So this has been painted on the outside.
Yeah.
Of course. But you were talking about the pre-select
The
gearbox.
pre-select,
You've
yeah.
got a lever
Perhaps
on
we
the
could come
steering
round and just
column.
look at
Can you
that.
see that? And you
Yeah.
you can move that any time you like while you're driving and
Right.
select the gear you want. That's
And
top
then-
gear.
Yeah.
But nothing happens until you press the equivalent of the clutch pedal. But there's no clutch, so all you do is just press it straight down and let it back. And a fluid flywheel takes up the drive nice and smoothly and puts it into the gear that you've selected. So once you're in top gear, you put it down to third, ready for you when you come to a roundabout.
This
But that's the same as on the lady in North Wales.
That's
car,
right.
So it'll be
yes.
exactly the same.
Yes.
Wilson gearbox and the...
Yeah. This is almost automatic, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
In
so
fact,
it
were
gives
these
you a
the
bit more choice. The automatic does it literally without you having to think about it.
Yes.
But I have 2 Austin 7s and one of them has a 3-speed crash gearbox.
Yes.
I'm in London to Brighton Austin 7 run in 2 weeks' time.
Really?
Going from Crystal Palace on the 10th of April.
Yeah.
And that has no synchromesh at all. It's all double declutching. It's a terrible car to drive compared to such a smooth one as this.
Yeah.
But on that day I should do more miles than I've done in driving it all
Yes.
together.
When you actually do the change by pressing the pedal down, do you get much jolt? Or, you know, can you feel it
it's
much?
just a spring resistance. On
Really?
here, you mean? No,
Yeah,
it's-
you don't, you know, like
no,
some
it's very
automatic,
easy.
modern automatic, so you can feel it going through the gearbox.
No, you can't really feel anything except this strong spring. But we
Really?
have a couple at our church. A lady back in the 50s learnt to drive on a Lanchester
Really?
because she just couldn't get the hang of gear changing.
Yeah.
And she always remembers that. She did very well.
Is this particular one your favourite out of all your cars?
I've got no favourites. It's the same as the grandchildren. They like them all the same.
Yes, of course.
But there's a lot more work to do on some of them than the others.
That's
I don't mean the
right.
grandchildren,
Yes,
I mean
yes.
the cars. Yeah.
Some more expensive to keep, like grandchildren,
yes,
I
yes.
suppose. Yeah.
Yes, it
Yeah.
could be more expensive than the grandchildren. You would know.
Yeah, now your
Right,
colleague
yes.
has joined you today. Is he your mechanic, or is he? Or does he help?
Would you like to be? No, I'm
Does he
still
help
looking
you
for a
push
volunteer
if
mechanic.
necessary? Have you ever had any embarrassing breakdowns?
No.
No.
I've been in the AA since the 1960s and I've never had to have them come out to me.
Really?
But even with modern cars, because I always have a good toolkit with me, I've always managed to
Yes.
get home.
Yeah.
No, you see, these old cars are so simple.
Yeah.
If you know your basic motor car mechanics, there's only about 5 things can be wrong if it won't start.
Really?
And you just work through them, and I wouldn't want to touch a modern car. I mean, I look at my Vauxhall Zafira, it's a lovely car, but and I look at the engine, I don't know where anything is really. They've all changed so much.
What might be the value of a vehicle in this condition now, would you think?
It's just whatever you can get at auction,
Really?
and you'll only get a reasonable value if you've got 2 people who want it.
Yeah.
There are not many people around who are looking for Lanchesters.
Oh,
They want Jaguars and Albises
Really?
and things like this, you see. So you'll never make your money back when you restore a vehicle like this.
So it's very often a labour of love, isn't it?
Oh
surely?
yeah, you do it for the fun. It's a hobby, you know.
Well, it's a credit to you, and thank you so much for speaking to me. I do appreciate it, and showing me your lovely car.
Yeah, and I hope your family doesn't get bored.
Oh, I'm sure they won't. Thank you so much. Well, I've just been looking at your beautiful car, and is this your only one, or have you got others?
No, it's the only one I've got.
Really? And do you do all your own maintenance?
Yes.
Yeah. How long have you had it?
15 years.
Have you really? And what first got you interested in this sort of car?
I've always been into Austin 7s,
Yes.
and Austin 10s, and maybe 12 I've just been an Austin man all my life.
Yes. And do you still, is this your main hobby, or do you have other hobbies?
Austin cars and tractors.
Oh really? Gosh, that's a bit of a difference, isn't it? Do you keep it at home,
Yes,
or
keep
do you?
it home in the garage.
Yeah. And what about spares? Can you still get those for it?
All right,
Yeah. And which model is this?
This is a Windsor, 1927.
Is it really? 1927. And does it still go through the MOT?
Yes.
Okay. Does it really? Have you ever had a failure? MOT failure? No. And you can get your spares reasonably easy, can you? Yeah. Do you live locally, or are you? Really? Oh gosh, I bet you don't see many of these about.
No, not that many.
Unfortunately, some of these I can remember first time round, believe it or not, and they're, quite honestly, cars had, I'm sure you agree, had character in those days that don't seem to have nowadays. Yeah. Beautiful. Thank you very much for talking to me anyway. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Apart from that there, yeah. Yes, please. There's a lot. Is it? We gone out in?
Enjoy your roses, Alan.
That involves riding in the old East Germany, which is much more fun anyway. So going through the old GDR, through Berlin, on to Dresden. There's an interesting. Was that a sponsored thing? No, just ride your bike. You don't need anyone's permission to ride your bike, you just ride it. And on to Brno. When I was in Brno, the rivers were flowing with me down to the Mediterranean. But by then the back wheel was breaking up, let alone the tyre on it, yes.
So do you carry a spare one then? Or?
Well, now, when Thomas Stevens went round the world, he carried tyring wrapped round his hub.
Inside
Yeah,
there?
he wrapped it all around there.
You can get lamps.
Yeah, that's right. I should have
There's one in the lamp. One in Rochester's Museum at the
Comes out occasionally.
Has it got the lamp?
Yes, yes, it does. And you can see that's why my hub's a bit oily and the wear
Just
cracks on it.
hangs it there.
Yeah, that's
the
right.
wheel
Yes,
goes
yes.
round, it's
And you
straight.
just
Yeah,
set it on, and just set it on fire. We know that. Don't we? We can do that level. None of this bloody electricity.
No, I know. Oh, she let me down on Saturday. Bit of luck in the main jet. But 20 minutes later, she was up
Yeah,
running
yeah.
again.
We understand. Yes. Yeah, because you know, any engineer, anyone's involved in motor racing, if you keep the thing short stroke, you can get it high revving.
That's right. Yeah.
Now, your problem is when racing these is you can't get a wheel big enough between your legs, right? So they're always low gear.
Right.
So therefore they're always high revving. So if you're racing it, you bring the pedals right in and spin it. So of course, if you've got them right out, you've got a lot of control over it, both in braking and in hill climbing.
Right.
So to an extent is some control over it. Yeah.